Warning, old chum. The following is intended for mature audiences. It includes references to the use of illicit substances, as well as crude humor. Listener discretion is spoon! How we doing, you crazy warlocks? I'm Zach Nanimus.
I'm Johnny Dim.
And you've stumbled into yet another episode of the Warpod, where we transfix, eliminate, obliterate, and personify all the latest and greatest news from around the internet. But this isn't internet news. In fact, it's kind of difficult to look up. I know, I just tried. We just watched the pilot episode of The Tick, the Amazon exclusive series from this year, 2016. Not the Patrick Warburton one, and not the Fox Kids one. We're talking about brand new, off-the-shelf, cutting-edge, cream of the crop crap.
You mean Amazon Prime, that service that is exclusively online?
No, but we saw The Tick, and it was... That is the only word I've got for it.
Is that a word?
Yeah, I don't know how to react to it. So, Johnny, I think it would be best if you open up the discussion.
As we've discussed just after watching the show, and during the show, you couldn't keep your mouth shut while we're fucking watching the show.
No.
Was this it's very contrasting what's going on in the show. We found out through our research that the director was a cinematographer. Cinematographer. Sprinkle it all over.
He only does breakfast commercials.
Right.
His name was Wally Pfister.
And he was a cinematographer on The Dark Knight?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, all three of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
The Dark Knight trilogy, as they call it. And so there's a mood set early in this show and throughout, and except for scenes where the Tick is actually in the scene.
No, and the mood that you're talking about, like, it's very dark. It's got a lot. It's got a lot of oranges, mm-hmm. sort of like a neo sepia tone sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But you're right. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So, but not only that, but there's also a mood There's also a mood within the acting and just the way everything is presented. The mood when the Flag 5 are in there. I didn't quite take it as cartoony as you would probably if they were actually performing well, but they were just about to meet their end.
Well, no, but okay. Well, so we'll jump into it. I look at this entire thing just as Johnny said. Like, everything with the Tick is super silly, and everything without it is super serious. But these things, first off, there's plenty of really morbid jokes. But when the Flag 5 show up, and you see them, they're about to meet their end. And it's described beforehand in kind of a funny, off-color joke where they were killed with weaponized syphilis. Their ship crashes down, they pile out, and you hear one of them say, "That missile was filled with syphilis!" Funny!
I did not catch that.
But the net result is that weaponized syphilis gives you all of the worst symptoms immediately. And one of them is blindness. Mm-hmm. And so they're all bleeding from their eyes. And then the big bad guy, Terra, shows up and he's like, "Don't worry. The syphilis destroyed their eyes. They're blind." It's like, Jesus! The Tick? You can't do both.
And you know, there was something a little off-putting about the Tick. Of course, those who don't know, the Tick was a show, live action and cartoon, back in the 90s. And the thing is that those two shows, especially the live action, gave me a weird feeling. And I think that what has happened with the new pilot is they took that weird feeling that actually kept me from watching it, fine-tuned it, and now I'm kind of interested now.
Well, the live action one was all madcap.
Yeah.
Like, it was all, oh, look at this funny collection of words, which, sometimes work, but I think it's closer to the way the original Tick was on Fox Kids, the one that we know. It was a comic book first, but the one that we all know was the one that aired on Fox Kids. And that show was on TV at the same time as stuff like X-Men, as stuff like Batman, the animated series, mm-hmm. And it stood as a juxtaposition, mm-hmm. as the antithesis of what those shows were, and that's why it works so well, being incredibly cartoony but also kind of mundane. Mm-hmm. Like, one of my favorite villains was the one that had a roommate.
Right.
Just interesting things like that, and that's exactly what this one's doing. Is it's stepping up to the modern superhero canon, which is all very serious, very dramatic, very heavy-handed with these are the real issues of guys in spandex who have superpowers from another planet.
Right.
You know, and they don't have to be serious. Look at the Tick.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And one of the style choices that I think were kind of subtle along the lines of what you're talking about is I actually just realized one of the things I really like about Arthur the character is that he's a reluctant hero.
Come on, man, don't you feel it? We're part of a plan that's bigger than the both of us.
In the cartoon, it was different. He wore his suit to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't necessarily...
He was always reluctant. He was always cautious.
He was always cautious.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like, he doesn't want to necessarily be a superhero. He just has a vendetta. You know, he wants justice to be served.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a different kind of character, and I really like this character.
Well, you like it because it's more the serious stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's deeper. It doesn't have to be. And, one thing that I absolutely love about it is the guy playing the Tick. I didn't know this until today, but this guy's name is Peter Serafinowicz.
Yes.
And he, if you don't know, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was the more serious Nova agent, the one that wasn't Cal Naughton Jr. But he is a master. He is the best actor of our generation. I could not believe that it was him because he is doing such a dead-on Adam West impersonation.
Yeah.
And it's not ham-fisted. He's not, making sure that he hits things in very specific ways. They may as well have just given the part to Adam West for how spot on it is and how natural it is.
They couldn't do that, though.
They couldn't.
He's probably going to die tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Tick.
Everybody? Even horses?
Yes, horses, everybody.
They could have just taken Adam West and given him the role. At some points, I was actually closing my eyes and listening to him and just letting him, like imagining Batman saying this stuff, and it was just perfect. Nevertheless, I don't know what to think of it. For what I said before, it's so difficult to get a handle on this show. Mm-hmm. It is so funny, but so serious and like gut-wrenchingly so. Like,
it's seriously funny.
You fingered foul fruit, friend. Destiny wanted us to meet Arthur. Destiny also wanted me to cause that very big explosion last night, so I did that too. Destiny's got her hand way, way up in their puppets. It's an unpleasant tingling.
What they're obviously parodying. What they're obviously parodying here is stuff like Man of Steel, Dark Knight, stuff like that. These are very obvious through lines, and Dark Knight and Man of Steel were never that serious. Not as serious as this show. Not as gritty. Not as, street level awful. Oh my God, that could really happen, and that's like kind of sick. That's how this show is. On top of, yes, citizens.
For me, it's got a little bit like a train wreck effect or car accident effect where it's so odd that you kind of really want to watch it. You kind of want to see what happens. I love both the humor and the seriousness. Yes, it feels awkward that they're in the same show, but that is an awkwardness I want to be around. So I will continue watching this show.
Nevertheless, I am going to continue to watch that show. I think you hit the nail on the head right there with that one. Mm-hmm. So I have to continue watching this show because it stands in defiance of everything that I dislike about modern superhero movies. That they're so serious, and this one is not poking fun at it, it's shooting at it with a shotgun. Mm-hmm. And it's just wonderful. I recommend it. Go out and watch it. Amazon Prime exclusive. It got greenlit. We're going to have more of this. Go see the best actor to ever live, Peter Serafinowicz.
And it got greenlit alongside Jean-Claude Van Johnson. So go see what that's about, because I still don't know exactly.
Before we let you guys go, we do want to say that we've been getting a lot more comments and stuff on the videos, and we really love to hear from you guys. So if there's anything you want to tell us about any part of the show, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. We really love to read it out. Also, if you like this, go ahead and give it the like. There's a like button down at the bottom. Not a lot of people know this. I'm trying to describe it as best I can. It looks like a thumb. Have you seen it? It's there. And of course, if you want to see more of us in the future, it never hurts to subscribe. So you just do it. You just do it, you warlocks.
That's too much.
Are you doing like a character with like a sunglasses thing?
I'm the guy that wears sunglasses inside.
Is this like a California Raisins bit?
No, that probably would have been better.
If you'd come out singing Motown about fiber.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna be regular when you're hanging with the raisins.